Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for serving this week and for watching this video to prepare. This Sunday, we will be teaching our kids about wisdom, finding out what you should do and do it. We will be instilling the truth that they need to make wise choices. In our Bible story from Proverbs, we will hear about how wise people think before they act. And our verse this month is, "If any of you needs wisdom, you should ask God for it. He will give it to you. God gives freely to everyone and doesn't find fault." James 1:5. As kids begin to join you, you will have them come up with some fun new words for the song, "If You're Happy and You Know It." Start by singing the song together the way that it does go, and then follow the verse starters on your leader guide. For example, the first one says, "If you're hungry and you know it," and then have each kid take a turn coming up with the new ending. Let the kids be silly and have fun with it. For the next activity, you're going to use a giant tic-tac-toe grid on the floor that you can make ahead of time with your painter's tape. It needs to be big enough in the grids for paper plate size X's and O's. So then you're going to pair the kids off and begin taking turns playing with their X's and O's. Then after all the kids have had a turn to play, talk about how careful and strategic you have to be when playing tic-tac-toe versus making quick moves that might cause you to lose the game. Get them ready for the Bible story by telling them that God wants us to learn to be careful in everything we do, to stop and think before we act. Then, after your large group Bible story, you're going to give each kid a craft stick and a red triangle to tape on together to make a flag, like a pendant flag. Explain what a red flag is often a symbol for, like, hey, red flag, something is wrong here, something is not right. And then read Proverbs 22:3 out loud together. Talk about what the verse says they should do when they see danger and what consequences could happen if you don't stop and think before you act. Then you will read from the list of scenarios on your leader guide and make up some of your own to fit your group. Then have them jump up and shout, "Wise choice," if they think it's a good choice. I'm sorry, don't hold the red flag up. Have them jump up and shout "wise choice" if they think it's a good, wise choice for that scenario. And then have them wave their red flag and say "stop and think" if it's an unwise choice. Then you're going to make the lesson personal by sharing about a time when you were their age and did something without thinking about it, and encourage them to keep their red flag somewhere at home as a reminder to think before they act. Next, you're going to get ready to play a game with the kids by teaching them motions to 4 words. Stop, think, ask, and act. Those are our 4 words. The motion descriptions are down on your leader guide for you. So we want to make sure that we follow them and show them those motions that it describes on your page. You're going to then have them pay attention to whatever they hear you say. As you call out a motion, you can catch them off guard by saying one motion and doing another one. So for example, saying think and putting out the motion for stop. The longer you play, you can begin to increase the speed of you giving the motions and see how quickly they can react and if they're reacting with the right motion as well. So the goal for this game is to encourage them to pay attention to what you're saying and to think before they act. Review the Bible lesson by adding in the motions while talking through how to apply the bottom line to think before they act. Wrapping up today, you're going to be then leading your kids in a responsive prayer, which they will respond, "God help me be wise." There's a sample prayer on your leader guide that you can use, and that will help you lead them in that prayer. And again, they will respond with, "God help me be wise." You will have to probably lead that part as well. As parents then pick up, have them show their red flags to their parents and tell their parent all about what they learned today in Proverbs to stop and think before they act. Well, that wraps up our Sunday together. And if you've watched this video in preparation to lead your small group, text Timmy the keyword "think" for a chance to win something awesome from him. Thank you again, leaders, for serving with us. Your impact on his kingdom is amazing. Have a blessed week.